This one's got to be rage bait, dude.
This is on Brian's Instagram, New City Mastery. So we're gonna play this quick.
I'm like the most professional like Looksmaxxer, and I'm already like pretty tall. So I like doing this shit. And this is what you do if you want to get like really autistic about it. And I learned this from a buddy. So when you come home, right, and you have to take off your shoes, what you do is you have to set up what's called vantage points. So you would take like something. I'm not gonna have vantage points. So you put a vantage point like here. So that way you take off the shoes, and then you go, you like rest on it, and then you set up the next vantage point like right over here, and then you just make it to the bedroom. That way you're good. So that's.
Are you trolling on the vantage point, or
no? I'm being dead serious. A buddy, I learned that from a buddy.
So 6'2" doing this.
Well, yeah, bro. I mean, like whatever.
Do everything except for set up the vantage points. There's nothing wrong with having a couple of inches in your shoe, but if it's more than that, don't even worry about it, because if you come home and you're scared that she's going to see that you're a couple inches shorter and that's going to make her break, then you're fucked anyways.
Because I'm like,
here we go.
As probably like the shortest guy, I'm 5'4". Like it doesn't matter once you get her home. Like she's at your place. It literally does not matter. Like one thing I'll do is like, you know, make out on the couch, and then I'll like literally just pick her up, right, and just throw her on my bed. She's at your place. So it definitely has to be rage bait, or like his autism is like going overdrive at this point.
I mean, I gotta assume he's joking in that clip, because there's no way that that's true. You can fucking hopscotch or Frogger into the bedroom after a date when some.
Listen, this man's made a career off of trolling and rage baiting and being extreme. Like that's all that's going on here. Is he's just doing what he does.
That is one thing.
On his Met protocol. Are you telling me this? Oh, he's just trolling this whole time?
Nah, there's no way he's trolling. Like everything he says, he does, and he sounds pretty just truthful about it. Like we got to remember, this guy's 20 years old. He's said he's autistic, and he's clearly got some form of like body dysmorphia. Like I would not be surprised at all if he's set up these points in his house where he can like chill there for a bit as he's like leaning on something or he's a bit tall. Like that doesn't surprise me at all. We got to remember, this is the same guy that has done what he said. He's had multiple surgeries. He's like punched himself in his face. He's put on makeup. He's done all these things. Like I don't know why we'd assume that the trolling part is him putting like a little elevation in his house. Like I think that's probably the least controversial out of everything he's said and done. So
yeah,
do you need it? I agree, JT Tran, you don't.
He's mentally ill, or he's just working the algorithm. So I don't know. Yeah, if that's the case, yeah, mentally ill, we probably shouldn't take his advice on game. If he's trolling, then the respect to him. Good job, built a career. I take my hat off, man. More than I've been able to do.
I mean, I think that this is a huge difference between like the Looksmaxxing versus the entire sort of like dating self-improvement is the trolling. Like there is this definitely undercurrent where they're not really looking after the best interests of their audience, right? Well, I like to think that those of us here are coaches, like we want our guys that follow us to actually improve. I remember watching a clip, and he was like joking and like, oh, you bought my merch. It was like completely like the most mediocre. And he's like making fun of the people that was buying his stuff. Right. So like there is some helpful stuff in the Looksmaxxing community, but it's definitely like this very self-serving, like just, you know, look after number one versus like what we try to do here.
That's a
GT,
great point.
why do you look younger every time you're on here? What the
Jesus, I agree. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I do skincare maxing. I do the full 10-step Korean skincare, buddy. Like I do Looksmaxxing, although I like to think of it as like look optimization. I don't go as far as these guys do.
You
You're
should make
looking less
a Looksmaxxing video.
Vietnamese and more Korean.
I'm a big fan of Looksmaxxing. I believe in it. I think it's fucking hilarious that all of these like terms have come out around like grading guys on that scale of, I don't know if you guys know what that's all about. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, it's
I think that's
the new pickup community, right? It's like we had our terms, and now they have the, you know, Gen Z has their terms.
Yeah, I like it.
Here's the funny thing. It's like, at least with game, there's like a very obvious okay, I understand Looksmaxxing. It's like we can do this to attract more women and stuff like that. Pickup, there's a lot more to it, and there's in some aspects a deeper purpose, and eventually you can get into a relationship, have a family, and whatever. But when your entire identity, especially the guys who are pushing this, who are streamers, and that is their identity, it becomes a little weird, because then, like, if you look at their Instagram profiles, it's just nothing but pictures of them like almost half naked. And like, I was looking at this androgenic, I don't know, Instagram profile, and there are like more kids on there than there are women. I was like, man, even when I was much younger, I still had more women on my profiles than this guy does right now. He's got more kids on his profile and way more men than he does women. It's kind of funny.
If you think about it like stats, like a video game character, sure, like Clavicular, he's got his looks max stat maxed out. But if you listen to a podcast with him, it's like watching paint dry. And a lot of other guys that I know that are good looking, jacked, whatever, they have spent so much time in the gym on working on themselves, on their looks, that they can't hold a conversation to save their life. So it's like that stat needs to be worked on as well too. Your presence, your aura, your ability to carry that conversation.
Yeah, I agree with Devin here. Like, and it's not just about attraction. And it's hard to maybe say this to an audience that may be struggling with the women, but like, if you look at him, if you max out a stat like looks, sure, he'll get attention, right? He will. But you look at his interactions with women, it doesn't look like he's enjoying himself at all. It doesn't look like he likes women, and it doesn't look like he has good relationships at all. Like, that's also a skill you need to develop. It's not just about like, I need women into me. This guy clearly seems like, it honestly comes off as like a woman that got hurt in a relationship once, and now she's like, I fucking hate men. And every guy that comes up, she might get attention from guys, but she's like, I fucking hate you, right? I don't need no man. It's kind of like the thing I get from him, which maybe the audience like may not relate to at all, but that's also like a skill you need to learn, is actually like enjoying your relationships with women.
It's a very passive way of existing, right? He wants, all these Looksmaxxers, they want to look good, so women approach him, right? As opposed to being proactive about it and making something happen, to everybody's point of like displaying charm and personality, like, oh, God forbid that. So it's a very sort of like, you know, quote unquote, like beta way of existing, or like approach me so I don't have to like be scared of talking to a girl.
I've got a question for the panel.
Like, if people are going to work, sorry, I'll just say my piece here and then hand it over. But I think if people are going to work on themselves, looks is an important thing you should maximize. I think pretty much everybody here is in agreement on that. I think we just think that maybe there's other stats that also matter, and it's not only the looks. That's literally my only contention with the Looksmaxxing community. Apart from that, focus as much as you can, be the best version of yourself. Part of that is your looks. Be in the gym, fucking have a skincare routine, great, get a good haircut. Like, these are all things that I would tell a guy to do who's coming to me. Like, if he has bad style, cool, go dress better. It's just cool. That's kind of like the baseline, and then we go work on the other social shit on top of that.
When I was first getting into this stuff too, I would see some good looking guys I knew that were jacked, in shape, all this stuff. And yeah, the girls were coming to them, and I was kind of jealous too. I was kind of fat, chubby, out of shape. And I'm looking around like, okay, there's something here. So then I went, hit the gym, got in shape. I noticed a couple more girls giving me attention. But then after a while, what I noticed was that it wasn't really the girls that I was really interested in. And so I had made it a habit to wait. And sometimes, yeah, girls would come up to me at the bar, but it was never really with the girls that I really wanted. And so what I'm getting at here is like, yeah, sure, you'll get some attention, but the really attractive women aren't going to lead themselves into your bed. You still have to do the work, and you can't keep avoiding it by focusing on one thing.
Here's a simple question when I think about this guy, because people send me his clips, and, you know, he's doing it for entertainment and whatnot. And, you know, obviously he's looks max. He's a good looking guy, but the simplest question, asking to a group of developed men right here, would you want to hang out with this kid for a day? Like, I wouldn't. Like, he looks like he's weird and has like, is not fun, no sense of humor. Like, he doesn't seem like a down-to-earth, cool guy who has value that you'd like to bring into your social circle and go out and talk to women with, like, plain and simple.
Yeah, a lot of them are just sort of like getting into the bus for the clout, right? And the that's what I see.
It's a good question. Like, no cameras. If he didn't have the clout, would you want to be hanging out with him at the bar, the club, wherever, right? Would you want to be shooting the shit with him, having a beer, having a coffee, whatever?
I actually saw one clip where there's, I don't know his name, but some Miami coach was out there, ran into him, and he was like, "Oh, I teach cold approach." Like, "Oh, can you approach these girls for me?" Right. So either he's getting girls to come up to him because he's got the camera on him, he's decent looking, or he's getting someone else to approach these girls. Right.
Is that the one with John Anthony? Or is that another?
No, this is recent. Like I saw it like a couple of days. Some short, maybe Hispanic guy, Indian. I'm not too sure, but it was someone in Miami, and he was doing the code approach for Clavicular.
Wow.
Marcus, did you say you had a question for the panel, or was that Joe?
Yeah. I'm curious what you guys think, because like some guys mentioned they think this is like him trolling. I'm curious, like out of all the other advice he's given, I'm curious if you think any of that is like trolling for attention or if it's real. Because like I feel like there's a lot of crazy shit. I'm wondering if you guys think that anything else is like trolling and not like authentic advice.
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit of both, because if there are streamers, like I was thinking about this in the last few months because I randomly met some Peruvian streamers and kind of turned a random approach with a streamer into some infield using their footage. But it's this funny thing, because looking at that androgenic guy, his numbers aren't that much stronger than mine on Instagram, and my YouTube channel is much bigger than his. So it's kind of funny. Like I was literally just thinking before we went live a few hours ago, if I literally went out with a light box and just a random person holding phone, just like filming me around, of course people would come up to me. Like I had plenty of times 10 years ago when I was doing random experiments to try to elevate some kind of or fabricate social proof. Like it's not that he's necessarily being recognized, but it's because they're filming, and you don't have to, if you just see a random person and you don't know who it is, but you see that other people are going up to them and they probably don't even know who it is either. They just see a fucking light and a camera. So, they must be some kind of fucking famous guy. A lot of the time, they don't even actually know who the fuck it is. So it's kind of funny, because I could literally just go out the side and probably do that to a similar effect. Although I'm just like a more homeless looking version.
Yeah, it's like I've had like
the parallel live app,
and like women will gravitate. It's like, there's like a full camera crew, so that's definitely happening. But back to the original point, I definitely think Clavicular is trolling, but he does have some good insight, right? I remember one where he's talked to Larry, the huge bodybuilder, and his wife. Larry's the guy that slapped that. That was like so insightful, because she kept answering for him, right? And he was like telling him, like, Larry, like, she's taking control. Like, she seems to be manipulating you. And so that was like really like honest, like coaching advice, as opposed to just Looksmaxxing, that really delved into that relationship and what Larry seemed to be lacking, at least, from what we could see on camera.